Marthadina, you were talking about a date?
A date?
Yes. You went on a date with someone.
Yeah. Okay. Are you talking about that blind date?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So this had to do with an old friend of mine. She was in the sort of media section of my university, and I was usually a part of the weekly videos that she would post for like student interest.
Yeah.
So this was a date actually from a while ago. So she set me up on a blind date while I still had a boyfriend, actually.
Oh no.
And that happened on my birthday.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so it was a lot.
Yeah.
Originally, I actually agreed to do it because she said she couldn't find anyone, and she had this whole series on university blind dates, which I thought was a pretty good idea.
Sure.
It turns out the reason that she asked me to do it was because she really didn't like my boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, so I agreed to a blind date.
Mm-hmm.
The date is also picked by her and her team.
Her team.
Yeah, so she had, people helping her.
Sure.
With the episodes.
Yeah.
For us, for me and my blind date, it was called Truth or Drink. So, which,
Cute.
yeah, so I was surprised that this was allowed, but yeah, we showed our IDs
Okay.
to prove that we were over 21.
Sure.
And then we had like a bottle of very cheap vodka.
Yeah. Naturally.
In front of us, yeah. And they asked us questions, and either we would answer those questions or we would take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what our entire date was. Yeah.
And did your boyfriend ever find out?
So I had asked him ahead of time because I was a good girlfriend.
Good.
If he would feel uncomfortable with it, but I figured it was just kind of just a performative piece, so I didn't really think it was that big of a deal, and he kind of agreed.
Sure.
But he also wasn't really present throughout our entire relationship, so
Okay.
I don't think he cared anyway. And the date took place on my birthday. The day before, he had given me a call saying that he actually was going to leave Seattle and go to Canada on a spontaneous trip to visit his cousin.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be around for my birthday. So my level of sympathy going on this blind date was pretty low.
That's a lot.
It was a lot, yeah.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Marthadina Russell, the new administrator at CHID. I'd like to say a much more responsible person than when I was 22 and going on blind dates with different people.
I hope so. 22 and 20...
Oh, 26 now.
26.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years.
It's very different, I would say.
It really is.
Yeah.
Actually, the amount of growth from even, I'd say, 24 to 25, that was a big one for me.
Yeah.
I think you get a lot more responsible, and it does feel like you can actually attach your head to your body.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like the age, right? 25.
Yeah, when
your
things
brain.
solidify. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can feel that happen.
Yeah, which is really weird. I feel like immediately. I think it's a placebo, honestly. Like, I want to be a grown-up.
Right.
But also, I do feel a lot smarter and more leveled than I was.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if you feel that way, that at 25 is when it hits.
I mean, this has been just a year for me in general.
Yeah.
So much it's been a very dense year. So I feel like I was just kind of like thrusted into a big growth process. So maybe, I mean, I don't know if 25 is a big year for a lot of people for different reasons, but for me, it was like, I don't know.
It was a big year for me.
Okay.
That, and I mean, that was the story I just told was like part of another big year for me, which was 22, last year of college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Guess it has been a while.
Yeah. I don't know about you. Were you like really looking forward to being done with college? Did you end at 22 or?
I think 22.
Yeah.
It was 2019 for me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so not too, well, I guess it's been a few years, but
Yeah.
it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think I was eager, but mostly because I was pretty done with schoolwork in general.
Okay. Yeah.
And I feel like at that time I was like, I don't know, staying in a small town for so long. It's very
true.
claustrophobic, right?
Yeah.
So I went to school in Santa Cruz. Everyone kind of knew each other more or less if you're in a certain group.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I need to leave, slash make money.
Yeah.
Slash not live in the most expensive area in the country.
Yeah.
So a lot there. But yeah, and I'm happy to be not in college, I guess.
Okay,
Working in
yeah.
college.
Yeah, well, we work at a college, so.
I mean, I like the academic setting for sure.
Yes.
Like, I actually think I've read more post-college than in actual college, because now I know, like, what to look for in terms of, like, what I like.
That is so true.
Yeah, okay, you too.
Yeah, definitely. I hardly read when I was in college, besides assignments, and
Sure.
then I just thought that I wasn't that much of a reader until I graduated and realized, oh wait, reading's awesome. It's just, you know, like you're free when you're done. You have so much more freedom of like what you're reading. And I think after college, you start to get a sense of what it is that interests you.
Yeah.
So that was something that came out of me graduating college. It's like a renewed interest in books.
Which I think is, I don't know, appropriate for growth, but you're talking to a literature major here, so.
Oh my,
Yeah.
really?
Funny thing, I guess we're talking about school now, which is appropriate given
it's the beginning of school.
It is the beginning. Happy autumn quarter.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about autumn in general in a bit.
Yes.
But let's talk about school first. So I didn't actually like finish reading like a full, I guess like novel till college.
Oh.
Yeah.
You kind of had to, right?
I
For
kinda
literature?
Well, yeah. Well, the funny thing is I entered as a film major and like...
Okay.
I guess my first quarter in it, I was like, not digging it. I don't feel very passionate about doing this for the next 4 years of taking classes about film. I'd rather just do that on my off time, which I did. I was like, a lot of my internships and jobs was just working in TV and stuff like that. But I took a literature class because I was supposed to. It's like a GE. And I took it and I was like, oh, wait, this is cool.
Yes.
Actually, I want to spend my time reading books to my father's disapproval. Yeah, humanities majors.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, totally. But I'm really glad I did. I feel like in terms of my own personal growth, it taught me a lot for sure. And like I still think of those classes, I still even reference them because like, I don't know, they do hold a special part of my heart.
Yeah.
But you know what holds a better part of my heart? The autumn season.
Yes. Yes, give me fall.
Yeah, it's also your favorite season.
It's my favorite season by a long shot.
Okay, do you have a reason? Do you have memories?
I have so many reasons. I think part of it is the sense of like coziness that comes with fall.
Yeah.
You know, like I purposely in my office today kept the low light on because I wanted it to feel dark and I wanted to drink my tea and like cozy up as I was like doing the work.
Yeah.
But that I think is like a big reason. The other one is Halloween for sure.
Halloween, my favorite holiday.
It's my favorite holiday too.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, just getting to be whoever you want to be. It's a cool transforming time. You know, you can just, I guess, let your freak flag fly a little bit, and that's part of the appeal.
You know, I actually think that autumn is the most party-centric season.
Yeah?
And I think that's why I like it.
Okay.
Well, going with the calmness, you know, we think about browns and oranges when it comes to it, which I feel like real ground you, really grounds you. As opposed to the hot blazing summer as of late, which I guess in my mind, I honestly assumed that I was going to appreciate it a bit more, especially being new to Seattle. I was like, oh, okay, you know, it's summer, the sun's out.
Yeah.
And after like a month, I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah, you just get tired. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a little unfair. We don't have anyone here who can properly represent the greatness of summer, because I have friends who love summer.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of people love summer. There's a lot to be said about it.
Yeah.
I could not give you a reason to love summer, besides maybe like the weather, and for students, you don't have school. That's great.
Yeah.
But like autumn to me feels like the real chapter starter, you know? Like
chapter starter. I like that.
Yeah, you know, it's like school's starting and it's like you've got A's, you know? You are in the green.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. I mean, fall to me has always felt like where I start the beginning of the year.
I mean, also in not only school, but in a lot of different mediums, it kind of works like that, right?
Yeah.
Like in TV, like all the new shows are premiere in the fall.
That's true.
Summer is kind of known as like a layman's like season, I would say. Like just hang out, meet people temporarily.
Yeah.
And then focus on your life when you're back in whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because it is, I feel like there's a lot of isolation in summer, honestly.
I agree. There is a sort of sense of like solitude.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's because I'm a loner. I'm not an actual loner.
Yeah.
I would like to think I'm social.
I think you are.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there is this, I don't know, disconnection with wanting to like find a connection.
Yeah. You know, it's like summer is the time when you're most likely to be around a group of people, but then also the time I think you're most likely to feel alone in that process.
Winter.
Ooh, winter. Yeah, but winter, this is where I'm thinking there's like solidarity both in fall and winter, because everyone is going through the same
sadness.
Same sadness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe for the winter time.
Yeah, for the winter, that's a different topic.
But going into autumn, it's really interesting, I guess, talking about this in a very structured way. You know, like on a higher level, how do we philosophically think about seasons?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this with my friends, because we're all very heady sometimes. So autumn is known as cuffing season.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friend has a theory that the reason why it's called that is like, you know, it kind of adheres to our primal instincts.
I agree.
Yeah. Like, oh, we have to gather, we have to like, you know, search for food, get some sort of like, you know, homely comfort.
Yeah.
Before the cruelty of winter comes.
Yeah.
So like autumn is basically just kind of like the anxiety of getting your life together before.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're trapped inside.
No, that's true. I think so. I mean, speaking as someone who has no expertise on that level, like I agree that fall is kind of the search for stability in winter.
Yeah.
It's like the last reaches of spontaneity. I met my boyfriend in the fall, and so, you know, we followed that cuffing season rubric, and a lot of my friends also had partners at the same time. So it's definitely a trend.
I want to see the stats on that. Like, I'm actually very curious. If I were to guess, it's ranked like this: autumn, spring, winter, summer.
I agree. I mean, summer is like the land of flings, though, right?
It's kind of promoted like that.
It
is a thing. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the summer of love.
Yeah.
Summer of, I don't know, hanging out.
Right.
The Halloween.
Yes.
You have costumes prepared.
I do have costumes prepared.
Tell me about it.
Oh, yes, please. So I'll start with my main costume, which I'm most excited for, is Blackbeard, because of the show Our Flag Means Death. which if anyone hasn't seen it, they really should at this point. And I'm looking at you, Lennon.
I don't know what that is. So.
I'm so surprised you don't know it.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for someone who like has so much expertise in like media, I'm surprised.
Oh, music.
Music, yes. Okay.
Like I'm just limited to Rick and Morty and like reruns of old shows. But continue.
Okay, well you really should watch it if you like good humor.
Okay. Fair.
It's this funny comedy about pirates, and because they're pirates, obviously they're gay because that's historically accurate.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Blackbeard is one of the main characters, and so I'm really thrilled to be dressing up as Blackbeard. You wouldn't know this yet, but there's this really beautiful, elaborate silk robe that he wears in one of the episodes that has a whole other symbolism if you watch the show.
Okay.
And that's the robe I want to be wearing. That, and then I'm gonna get some hair extensions to make my hair really long and Blackbeardy. And of course, can't be Blackbeard without the Blackbeard.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the ensemble for me.
Great.
Yeah.
That's costume number 1.
That's costume number 1 for, Halloween on the day.
Okay.
Costume 2 is for a party, a little warm-up party is what me and my housemates are calling it.
Okay.
We are throwing just like a small Studio Ghibli gathering.
Love it.
Yeah. Haven't decided what the activities will be, but we're trying to get everyone to dress up as characters from their favorite Studio Ghibli movie. So I will be Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
And I'm going to try my best to kind of DIY that one, just because I think it's possible to do. I've looked at the costume, like you can, I think, take like just like rip some like white shirt and put some fake blood on it or something, because Princess Mononoke is a bit more violent, I'd say, than the other Studio Ghibli movies.
You need to get some dead animal fur to
I know, yeah. I'm gonna try going through the cheap route for that one, but I'm also really excited to be Princess Mononoke, who's like such a cool character.
Okay, that's one's your favorite.
This is like in terms of Studio Ghibli movies.
Yes.
I would say it's one of my favorites. That and like Kiki's Delivery Service.
Okay.
Total like 180 in terms of theme, but like I love both of those.
Okay. I think this is very appropriate because I think Studio Ghibli does autumn films very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My favorite is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen it? It's good.
No. Okay.
Yeah. It's the most. Well, I guess I haven't seen a lot of Studio. I have. I just don't know how to rank them.
Yeah.
It's the most environmentally conscious one, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely strong environmental message, which for like the early 80s, it's actually very cool.
Yeah.
Animation's breathtaking, post-apocalyptic. Shia LaBeouf is an English dub of it.
No way.
Yeah. It's weird.
Okay.
So if I were to like dress up as anyone for a Studio Ghibli party, it would be Nausicaa.
Okay.
Which I think I could do because she wears a lot of pink, and I like to wear pink a lot.
Ooh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, well you've got an invite if you want to come.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to do this within like the next few weeks.
It's okay. I doubt that anybody else that has started. I mean, I haven't started, so.
Well, I don't care about anybody else. I care about myself.
Right. Okay, yeah, my flatmate's like really serious about like having the best Howl costume because she's going as Howl.
Okay.
So she has already ordered like the jewelry for it and everything.
Which version of Howl?
Black-haired Howl, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I also prefer black-haired Howl.
Yeah. I think that one's her favorite.
Yeah. Ooh. I've seen Howl's Moving Castle so many times.
It's a good one.
It's a comfortable one.
I was gonna say the first time I watched it was when I was sick. Okay. And I swear it helped heal me.
I've watched it 4 times. I'm gonna bleep that.
No worries.
Yeah, but all I'm gonna say, it's a very colorful film.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, there's some very cool imagery there.
Oh, okay.
Particularly like when he's sick. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and she goes into the room.
Yeah.
I saw that once and I was very confused. I was like, I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. What's going on here? Is this actually the movie?
Oh my gosh, true.
Yeah.
You know, one thing, speaking of like how Studio Ghibli does fall really well, and then kind of connecting that with like cuffing season.
Yeah. Oh,
Studio
interesting.
Ghibli's, or anything, like any of the movies, like their portrayal of love,
Okay.
I think is so poetic. And it's
Ooh.
just like so endearing too.
I have a lot of opinions on this.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah, it depends on the film.
Okay.
I think Kiki's Delivery Service does it the best in terms of
I agree.
self-respect. And I mean, just moving to a new city, I feel like that's the movie to like watch.
Yeah.
Nausicaa, I feel like that's just general respect for, I don't know, everyone.
Yeah,
Kindness.
okay, good.
Yeah. Howl's Moving Castle is actually very complicated.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
Already, that's fair enough.
Spoilers for a 20-year-old movie. But it has like the love is the answer message in regards to war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean that kind of rings true to like the era the movie came out in.
Wow.
Kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of animated films in Japan tend to like reflect the current zeitgeist. Like one of my favorite movies is Your Name.
I know that one.
Yeah. Came out at the wake of the earthquake, so just was like supposed to have a more positive message about like, you know, coming together and all that. I'm assuming, or I've been told, that Howl's Moving Castle is a similar movie like that.
Oh, I see.
But it's a bit more broad and vague.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the culture was like in 2001 when it came out, or
Right.
whenever it came out. I want to say 2003. But there's definitely a feeling if you're aware of, like, I don't know,
The context.
the context of it.
Yeah.
I think Studio Ghibli movies do that very well, I would say. Flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're wearing a flower dress or a shirt.
I am. Yes, I have a lot of floral printed things in my wardrobe.
Me too.
Yes, I've noticed. It's great.
I feel like we're very similar.
We have similar styles, I
Yeah,
think.
that's good. Cool. Yeah, I like the black and red. Very great.
Thank you.
Do you have any preferred flowers? Favorite flowers?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, at least when I was little, you know,
Sure.
I had, well, I mean, obviously I was little, so I was living with my parents, and we were in this house that was kind of on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
So we had a lot of like yard space. And in the backyard, my mom had this garden filled with dahlias. And those were kind of my favorite flower for the longest time because of that, you know?
Yeah.
And dahlias also come in so many different forms, and they're so bright and explosive. They look like fireworks. Actually, at Volunteer Park, there's a whole garden of dahlias. So, and you can just like walk right up to them and like, I don't know, touch them or whatever.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. So that's one thing to check out. I would say dahlias probably still are my favorite flower.
Okay. I have not heard that answer before.
Really?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Usually, like, what, roses or tulips or...
I have a lot of thoughts on roses and tulips.
Oh, do share.
Okay. I think roses are my favorite flowers because I'm boring. I also feel like it fits me pretty well, though.
I think roses are a dramatic choice.
I'm pretty dramatic. I like carnations, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I feel like they're a good middle of the road flower.
Okay.
Like if you're, I like giving people flowers because that's my love language to some extent. So like I'm just like, okay, carnations, I have a lot of variety.
Yeah.
There's pink ones, there's red ones.
Yeah.
There's, if I want to tell someone that I don't like them too much, yellow ones.
You know, in the Czech Republic, there's like a day of the year where you're supposed to give flowers to like women you respect out of... I don't know the context,
Okay.
but it's red carnations. I remembered I got some from one of my students.
Oh, that's cute. I like giving red carnations.
They're pretty.
They are pretty, and I feel like there's not too much of a romantic connotation.
Yeah. I think that's the thing with carnations. They're very platonic.
They are platonic, but they're so straightforward platonic, I feel like I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Which is why I hate tulips.
Oh.
Tulips are like undeveloped roses in my mind.
I'm not the hugest fan of them either, honestly.
Okay, it is personal, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Pink tulips in particular.
Oh, okay.
I can't, no. Like, if someone gives me pink tulips, I think I'll get mad.
I'm gonna keep this in my brain.
Okay.
For, like, if ever you're dating someone and I get to meet them, I'm gonna be like, do not ever get them pink tulips.
Especially if I'm dating someone, like, and they give me pink tulips. It's like, what are you trying to say to me?
Yeah.
That
What,
I'm not
you
your
hate
preference? Kind of. I mean, maybe it's because I am strong and dramatic when it comes to, like, I don't know, signals and signifiers and all that. I'm just like, yes, I'm giving you roses. Why? Well, I'm giving you roses. What do you think I'm feeling about you? Yeah.
Well, also, you wear a lot of red, and I feel like that's, like, a big, like, that's a symbol, I'd say, for your personality.
Very true.
So, pink tulip, I mean, not the pink part, but, like, those two combined, like, I think tulips are very docile.
Docile. Ooh, I like that one.
I also always associate tulips with Easter, and for some reason that turns me off of them.
It's, okay. I'm gonna ponder this. I think it's color scheme also.
It could be color scheme.
Like, green and red. Ooh, that's kind of ambitious, exotic, I would say. Yeah. Even so. Pink and green, I'm like, that's fun. But
it can be.
I don't want fun from a flower that looks like that.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing, though, is that everyone goes to, like, those tulip festivals in the spring.
Yeah.
And I have to say I do like those. I just don't ever feel the urge to buy some tulips and put them in my house.
No, they're so... I don't know. It's like if... Gosh, this is going to be very abstract.
Okay.
But this is how I feel about it. It's like someone you like telling you, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow.
Okay,
that hurts. You could do a speed round of identifiers if you want.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so those two questions first.
Okay.
So flower, what kind of flower do you think I am?
I don't know if I'm biased by saying I think you are a rose.
Heck yeah. I mean,
I feel like that's just the first thing I think of when I see you.
Okay. That's good. You're definitely a lily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say like a pink and white lily.
Yeah, I actually love the pink and white lilies.
Okay, then great.
Yeah, you nailed it.
This theory is working well right now.
Yeah.
Mexican food.
What type of Mexican food do I think you are?
Yeah.
Well, being put on the spot and not having the full list of options in front of me and just going with what appears in my head, I'm gonna say taco salad. Even though
taco salad. Oh,
I don't know. Is that like American Mexican? Because I don't even know if a taco salad is like a Mexican thing.
My whole thing on that whole discussion is there's probably a place in Mexico that has that.
Okay.
It's a big country. I'm assuming there's like a taco salad somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I feel like it is really like tossing in a mix of things.
Sure.
And then it's really like it can either be really messy or like really well organized depending on how you go about it.
I feel so called out.
I say this all with love.
Okay. I feel like you've been noticing what I bring for lunch and you're just like,
No, it's not a critique on your lunch eating abilities.
Okay. For you though.
Okay.
I'll go tacos parrilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like you like sauce or that kind of brothy sauce thing a lot.
Okay. Listen, the thing I say all the time is that any food item I have is just a vessel for my sauce.
Okay.
I'm a big sauce person, so yes.
Yeah.
Once again, nailed it.
I just felt it. I felt right.
Yeah.
All right, third question. Romantic comedy.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
Ooh, but I love that you asked this one.
I mean, well, we were talking about it yesterday, so it makes sense.
I'm a big rom-com fan. Someone can hand me any rom-com and I'll probably want to watch it.
Okay.
Even if it's like super corny, I'm still more likely to watch that than like a mediocre action movie.
Okay.
So, okay, my strong base of knowledge. Huh. I would say... Oh, this is so tough. I don't know.
I know, it's a hard question. It's the hardest one.
Yeah. I can't decide whether to work backwards or forwards on this in terms of, like, thinking of movies first or thinking of characteristics of you first and then matching it to a movie.
Okay. I'm just going with intuition.
You're just going with intuition?
Yeah.
Like, just first one that comes to mind?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The first one that comes to mind for me is Confessions of a Shopaholic. Okay.
That's so good.
But the reason...
Okay.
But I'm gonna try and justify it now.
Yeah.
I think about... who's the person? It's Isla Fisher, I think.
Isla Fisher, yeah.
Yeah, is the main is the person who's the main character for that. And her character, the whole idea is that, like, she's kind of portrayed as this, like, superficial character, you know? She's got a shopping problem. She, like, buys things. But she actually really knows what she's talking about with fashion.
Yeah.
And actually has a really cunning mind. And that's, like, even though the movie's super sappy, like, that's the idea for the movie. Is that, like, it's this idea of, like, striving over, like, how people see you and perceive you. And the cleverness underneath that, and also romantic interest was very attractive, so you know, added bonus.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
I think I watched it a couple years ago as a refresher.
Okay.
You know what? I was not disappointed, even though yes, it is so corny. Yes, it has aged. Like, it's still a fun movie, and there's still great fashion in it. I love the clothes, and
It's a very girly movie.
it's a really girly movie, and I love it.
Okay, and that's a good answer. I'm glad.
Oh, thank you.
Now I'm thinking of, like, all the...
There's so many.
For you, for whatever reason, I chose 10 things I hate about you.
Ooh, in
Yeah.
our own Seattle.
Own Seattle, inspired by a Shakespeare play.
Yes. Yes. Okay, which Shakespeare is it? Twelfth Night? Or...
It's not Taming of a Shrew, is it? No.
No.
That's another one.
Okay, but it is definitely after a Shakespeare play. A lot of rom-coms are, and then
Of course.
Because of course.
Yeah.
And I always get them mixed up, so I don't remember which one that is. But I do love that movie.
All right, that's good. I don't know. I feel like it has, like, a pop-punky energy.
Yes.
Like, kind of fun, kind of
Yeah,
high energy.
it is pop punk.
Yeah.
And the actors in it, you know, we all adore, and, like, Heath Ledger, bless him, like, as a romantic interest, like...
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I love him.
A young Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes. Oh, man. All of those are... Yeah. It was a great team.
Who's in my least favorite romantic comedy.
Oh.
Yeah, controversial opinion, but
Okay.
I kind of loathe this movie.
Tell me.
500 Days of Summer.
Oh, you know what? I really used to hate that movie.
Used to?
I've appreciated it now.
Okay.
My reasons for disliking it in the past when I watched it were pretty adolescent because they don't end... spoilers.
Yeah.
Because they don't end up together in the end.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler, actually, because they say it in the first 5 seconds that this movie... The narrator is like, these two people don't stay together. But what's your reason for not liking it?
Gosh, there's so much, both in the context of the film. Oh, this is going to be a thing. I really despise this movie. Okay, first, this was my favorite movie when I was younger.
Oh, the opposite
The
then.
opposite, yeah.
Okay.
Watched it in high school. I was like, oh, I love this. But that was before I was in any relationships. I was just a sap like I am today. So, like, even worse.
Yeah.
And then, like, a year ago, I sat down to watch it. And I was just mad the whole time.
At Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No.
Really?
So, here's the thing. In interviews and the way the movie was promoted and just kind of general reception of the film, people are like, oh yeah, his character is in the wrong. He is the bad guy. And my thing on that is, yeah, he's kind of a dumbass. And he's, you know, not the greatest, and he did some stupid things, and he's generally pretty inconsiderate towards Summer throughout the whole runtime. Summer is so bad though.
Yeah.
She breaks up with him and it's like, oh, but you're still my best friend. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
That's so annoying. I like that scene in particular. I was just like, ew, I hate this because like she does not understand the gravity of the situation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how it means to him.
Yeah.
Like despite how how just crappy of a boyfriend he was, like that's how you treat someone during the breakup.
Yeah, of course.
And like withholding information about her getting, like being in a relationship, possibly getting engaged.
Yeah.
Inviting him to your party.
That was a bad move. Yeah.
To say the very, it's like you want this person to like get his heart broken constantly.
No.
And the movie agrees with her is the thing. Like the narrator supports how she goes about her life. One of my least favorite scenes of the movie is when they're watching The Graduate and she ends up crying and the narrator kind of agrees with her sentiment of the movie. It's just you have an agenda here and I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I think I like when romantic comedies are very obvious and oh, this guy played by Matthew McConaughey is a bad guy.
Right.
This is him learning his lesson.
Right.
Or a movie about two horrible people.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite movie.
Really?
Really? Is that surprise or?
I cannot stand movies where the two main characters are both horrible people.
Oh, not horrible, but flawed.
Oh, sure. Okay, flawed is different.
Yeah, were you thinking of a movie in particular?
I was, actually.
Which one?
The Holiday.
Is that a thing?
It's a newer one. I think it was 2 years ago it came out.
Okay.
I actually despise that movie. I think both of the characters are horrible people.
Okay. I was thinking of my favorite movies or movie series before sunrise, sunset, and midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Before Sunset's my favorite movie.
Okay.
And they're both pretty emotionally irrational in that movie at points.
Okay.
And, it gets kind of heated in a very, relationship conversation kind of way.
Yeah.
But that's what I like about it. It's it doesn't give you, an option of, oh, do you agree with this guy or this girl? It's just oh, nope, this is just how it is. You could dissect it if you want, but I'm just trying to portray a relationship here.
Right.
Which is what I love about it.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah. 500 Days of Summer is...
I guess they do kind of take a side. Maybe that was, the reason that I didn't like it before that I can like it now was, I think, because at the time I was introduced to that movie. I mean, this was high school.
Yeah.
And I was a high school boyfriend and he loved the movie.
Sure.
And I watched it and I was like, is this a representation of how our relationship is gonna go?
Yeah.
I mean, we did break up because it was high school, and I think I held that over his head of
yeah.
I felt like Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the situation, and I felt wronged. And so I think I had that feeling that you had at the end, but I had it at the beginning the first time I watched it, and then when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, I guess it's fair, these things happen, and the unfortunate thing is that feelings are just a lot of the time not mutual. We watch all these rom-coms, but most of the time you get into a relationship and the feelings aren't mutual. There's someone who's giving more.
Yeah.
And it's this whole long journey to find someone who will care for you the same way that you care for them,
Ouch.
I mean, it's true. It's a beautiful journey.
I mean, I think it's a good breakup. I can't say it's a good movie. I think it has adequate moments of portraying breakups.
I think, there's a scene where when he's going to the party and the frame, it splits up into two separate frames of how he imagines it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And then how it really goes.
Totally.
Of him, telling jokes and her laughing and of her touching his arm and things and of him kind of winning her back.
Yeah.
And then what really happens is that she kind of ignores him at the party and he's just a wallflower at that party.
Totally.
And I think that's so the number of times that I could relate to going into a situation like that and like being like, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna achieve this. I'm gonna get him back or whoever. And then it never works that way, you know?
Totally. I also like the animation sequence after that, where it's like his world starts fading. Yeah. It's just like a pencil drawing.
Yes.
It's really interesting. Also relates to the theme of him wanting to be an architect in the movie.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. All the like not fun parts of a relationship, I think the movie does well.
Yeah, exactly. The not fun parts.
Him having a total breakdown at his job, could relate to that.
Yeah.
Him like, in bed not wanting to move, talking crap about Summer.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. We're going a lot over time.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, because we're having a great time talking. So, do you have any ending questions, comments, etc., etc.?
Ending comments being, go out there and enjoy your pumpkin spice latte, and let your freak flag fly for Halloween.
Yeah, no, have fun, be safe. I don't know what else to say about Halloween. I feel like it is a pretty big party season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, watch your back.
Yeah. Okay, watch your back and have a great time.
Oh, yeah, have a great time. And really spend tons of money on your costume. You should go bankrupt. That's not endorsed by CHID. That's endorsed by me.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you around.
Bye.